Welcome in, Gamecock Nation and Illinois Fighting Illini fans. We are here to preview the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. And first of all, before we get too far into the weeds, I am excited to announce that as I expand my YouTube channel, as I expand my content, that we are officially branching out. So for those who don't follow me, I have a podcast called Two Growls, One Roar, dedicated solely to the Carolina Panthers. I've been trying to think of a name for college football content here in North Carolina and South Carolina. And we have the name, folks. So we are revealing it now. We're going to get into the preview in just a second. But I'd like to welcome you to the Palmettos and Pines Pigskin Podcast. Say that 5 times fast. We are taking a nod to the state of South Carolina with the Palmettos and a nod to North Carolina with the Pines. We are going to be covering exclusively all of the FBS teams in both states. And this is really the first general episode. We're going to have a lot more content coming, kind of figuring out like if I'm going to break it up between North Carolina, South Carolina, how I'm going to do it. But anyways, I'll get to that. We are here today to preview again the Cheez-It Bowl. And Gamecock fans may be a little bit frustrated, possibly, that they did not get into the college football playoff. But I think as the dust has settled, you have to feel really good about the state of the South Carolina Gamecocks program. So they get the premier bowl, folks. So if you go back and look at the bowl rankings, they beat out Alabama and Ole Miss. And again, this is a selection process by these bowls to choose who gets to come where. But they had their pick of Alabama, Ole Miss, South Carolina. South Carolina, again, below Alabama and Ole Miss. But South Carolina gets the nod. And so hats off to them. Hats off to Shane Beamer. What a fantastic season that he has had. All around, man. Big, big stuff. And you love to see it. But here we are, folks. The South Carolina Gamecocks are 9-3, set up to face the Illinois Fighting Illini, who are also 9-3. This game is at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida, December 31st, 3 p.m. on ABC. And before I get too far down the final bucket here, I wanted to check, and I should have done this live for myself. I should have done this before. South Carolina is ranked 15th. Illinois is ranked 20th. So this is a top 20 matchup, and I'm excited. I am very excited for this game. Now, it's early in the process. Kyle Kennard declaring for the NFL draft. Transfer portal is open. Speaking of transfer portal, a lot of guys coming into South Carolina, pulling in a bunch of folks. We'll get into that later, but looking good. I don't know who is or who is not going to play, but you have to feel like LaNorris is going to be there, and he is quite the difference maker for any team. I think him and Rocket Sanders. So you look at the Gamecocks, who are averaging 31.6 points per game, coming into this with a 6-game winning streak, going undefeated in November, and they got a really balanced attack, putting up 188.9 rushing yards per game. Really good stuff, and a lot of that with Rocket Sanders, but when Rocket Sanders is unavailable or unable to get it going, you have LaNorris that you have to stop, and it's way too early, but I do think LaNorris is going to be a dark horse Heisman contender next year. Maybe some people already say he is a Heisman contender, but I think he's going to be in the conversation for Heisman, for SEC Player of the Year. We will see. Defensively, Gamecocks allowing 17.8 points per game, finished very strong against Clemson, giving up 14. That ranks 12th nationally, and they're really good against the run, only giving up 106 per game. Illinois, 28.9 points per game, led by quarterback Luke Altmyer, who's thrown for 2,543 yards and 21 touchdowns on the season. Pretty good defense on their side as well, 22.1 points per game and giving up 221 yards passing. Sellers has thrown for almost 2,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, has 655 yards on the ground, and 7 touchdowns to go along with that. And 17 passing touchdowns. Make sure I said that correctly. Rocket Sanders leading the way, almost 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. And then Luke Altmyer comes in with 60.9 completion percentage, 2,500, 21 touchdowns, like we said, and 5 interceptions. Rushing, 522 yards, 4 touchdowns for Aidan Laughery for the Illinois Fighting Illini, putting up 6.4 yards per carry. Right now, betting odds, according to FanDuel, on December 15th, has the South Carolina Gamecocks favored by 9.5 points. The over-under is set at 47.5. I do like South Carolina in this game. I think their defense, the defensive front, their ability to stop the run is going to pose some challenges for Illinois. Gamecocks have a very balanced offensive attack. We'd love to see a little more in the passing game, but some of the receivers got to start stepping up. Harbor, few of the Gamecocks got to make some plays. But I do like what LaNorris can do, his ability to evade pressure, his ability to extend plays, to get outside of the pocket, to run the ball when he needs to. I think the Gamecocks should have a pretty good shot in this. So for me, I do think South Carolina should win this game. You're capping off a 10-win season, one of the best seasons and I don't have the seasons pulled up in front of me, I should, but one of the best seasons probably since Steve Spurrier. Let's go back. You know what? I'm recording this live, but we're going to go back and look at this. South Carolina Gamecocks football year-by-year record, because why not? Let's see what we got. List of records by season, going all the way back. This would be the best season since Steve Spurrier in 2013. So I was right. Didn't have the number, but man, capping a double-digit win season, something that does not happen that often around here. So we'll take it. And you know what? While we're at it, although I am picking the Gamecocks, let's take a look at Illinois and check their record as I record this and see what their year-by-year record is for them, because I do feel like this is also probably going to be, this would be their first 10-win season. This may be ever. Folks, I think it would be pretty close to, okay, I apologize, since 2001. They have had a few 10-win seasons. But either way, first 10-win season since 2001. So a lot on the line. Illinois had a really good season, up and down, but stayed consistent. But for me, I'm rolling with the Gamecocks. As far as a final score and prediction, I like South Carolina in this. Let's do 34, Illinois 21. And South Carolina goes in, gets their 10 wins, takes that momentum, puts it into next year. Doing well in the portal already, got a really good signing class. And you know what? Maybe next year vying for a college football playoff spot. Who would imagine? Anyways, folks, that's going to do it for today's preview. This is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a